Welcome to a special edition, Taking It to the Nub. Tonight, we're going to bring in some panel experts and consumers, and we're going to be talking about the upcoming PCA trade show in Las Vegas, Nevada, which begins actually on Friday with a party, and we'll get into that. And then we have Saturday, Sunday, Monday of the weekend to deal with PCA and all the fun and activities that go along the way. So while we're thinking about that, let us do a quick little commercial. And today's show is brought to you by Casa Cuevas Cigars. In the 19th century, Juan Cuevas, Spanish immigrant from Santander, began what was to be a family business which now spans 4 generations. Like others fortunate enough to live and work in Pinar del Rio province of Cuba, Juan commenced cultivating tobacco, turning it into a successful business. Years later, in the Ciabo Valley of the Dominican Republic, Luis Cuevas Sr., Juan Jr.'s son, carried on the family tradition of handcrafting fine cigars in the family's cigar factory, Tabacalera Las Lavas. Today, Luis Sr. is joined by his son Luis Jr. in the manufacturing and sale of premium long filler cigars. So check out Casa Cuevas Cigars at www.casacuevascigars.com and on their Instagram and Facebook channels. And today's show is brought to you by Perilous, a game of ultimate cigar trivia, where contestants compete to win prizes and gift certificates to purchase their favorite products. You can join Perilous by going to stogiepress.com/perilous and register to be a contestant. All right. Let us get this show started. We're going to start right here with my good friend Harry from Harry's Habano Hut. Hey, baby, how are you?
How you doing, babe? Everything is awesome, my brother. Good to see you. Good to be here.
Yeah, it's been a while since I talked to you. Now we got Lou Piscitelli on. Lou is one of our brothers of the Leaf right here in Melbourne, Florida. But I'm not in Melbourne today. I am in Vero Beach, broadcasting
Nice.
directly from the Catelli Cigar Company and Lounge here in beautiful Vero Beach, Florida. So love coming to visit this lounge. Absolutely beautiful lounge, very quiet, relaxed atmosphere. They got tents set up, and we're also having today. We're actually having a Karen Burger event. So Bruce Bush will be on a little bit. He'll be joining us. So I'm actually smoking the Tailgate, one of their economically priced cigars, but very good. So we're going to get into some of that as we go forward. So are you ready for PCA? That's the first question. I know, Lou, you're not going, but you're going to be watching all the fun coverage of PCA and what's coming out. But Harry, how about you? Are you ready this year?
I'm pumped up, baby. Of course, I'm ready. Looking forward to see all of our friends there from the industry and check out some of the new releases that are upcoming from a lot of companies, a lot of boutique or all the big companies. They all have some cool, neat little new stuff coming up. So I can't wait to, just hang out with everybody, see what's new, have great time as always, and just, exchange some great ideas. It's always educational, but it's always fun at the first place.
Absolutely. And
And for those that don't know, if maybe you're not familiar with what PCA is the largest business-to-business cigar trade show here in America. Used to be called IPCPCR, and before that it was RTDA, but now it is the Premium Cigar Association. They've learned this year, they've learned some lessons from what was called Tobacco Plus Expo, which was another trade show. They kind of sat on top of each other this year. This one usually is in June or July. They moved it to March, and just a couple of weeks ago, they had the TPE also in Vegas. So it would be interesting to see what kind of attendance is coming out. I mean, what is your view on that?
My view is exactly, I mean, what you pretty much are thinking. It was kind of crazy to see that they moved it like within like 5-6 weeks apart. And my thinking is, if I'm a manufacturer, if I say go to the TPE in January and get some accounts or whatever, and I accomplish what I accomplished, how beneficial would it be in 6 weeks to go spend more money to basically do what? But I figure most people probably had to make their choices prior and decide one or the other. I obviously want to go to the PCA because it's a lot more like catered towards cigars and cigars only, and versus the other one, it's a lot more cigars are involved now in the TP, but it's no comparison. You know, it's still like in general a little bit of everything. It's a crapshoot. So, yeah. But I'm definitely, I think that the PCA is gonna have great attendance because a lot of people probably that maybe were gonna do TP, they decide screw it, let's do the PCA since it's only 5-6 weeks. And also the PCA, when it was in July, I think it messed them up because a lot of retailers, it happened to be July 4th weekend, and a lot of retailers maybe didn't go because, you know, they couldn't leave like their stores. It was like a July 4th weekend. People were away on vacations. It's kind of in the like kickoff of summer.
So I wanna welcome Miguel here from the Bakersfield Gentlemen, coming in out of California. So welcome, Miguel.
Hey, good to see everybody. Thank you so much for giving me that little time break right there. I apologize for not being on time. Just got done with the event here in town. Kern County Cancer Foundation raising some money for a really good cause. But I'm super happy to be here as well, guys. Thank you for having me.
So very good. So we also had a chime in here from Wayne Clark. Wayne says that PCA is going to wreck TPE attendance and dollars-wise, at least from a cigar perspective. TPE is a bigger show without a doubt. Whatever. I think he meant PCA. But...
yeah, I think he meant PCA. 1,000,000%.
Slow.
You guys can hear Bruce okay?
Very low, though. Very low.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, Harry, how you like my mug?
Yo, what's up, baby? Nice. I like that. How you doing?
So let us go through a couple of things here. So, you know, one of the cool things about PCA is it's this year it's on a weekend. It goes Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but Friday is going to be the opening party. They always have a kick-ass opening party. All right. And this year, that opening party is going to be sponsored by EP Carrillo, Crown Heads, and Osgener Family Cigars. So we're looking to have a fun party there, and they're going to have a panel also, and have a nice panel discussion. So you guys ready to go to that?
Absolutely, baby. We're ready. I mean, we're pumped up. That would, as you said, they always have a killer opening parties. It's a great opportunity for everybody to just kind of like get together, you know, have a great time, and having the panel discussion. It's a nice addition to it, and I believe.
How about you, Miguel?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we only really meet up like this once a year. Like you said earlier, I heard TP is great, but it's not as focused on cigars as obviously PCA is. So every moment of learning and networking together, I'm 100% for it. And it's a great time. I've never went to the opening party and went, oh, sorry, I came to this. No, it's always a great time to see everybody together, to share a meal, to have a drink, and just to start off a great event. So adding in a little bit of knowledge on that, I'm okay with that.
So let me put Bruce on and let Bruce talk about his thoughts on the opening party.
Hello. How you doing, guys?
All right, so
Good. Opening party's a blast, man. I mean, it's one of the most fun parts of the PCA show. You go there, you drink, it goes by like in a New York second. Like you start smoking cigars, you start wandering around the room, and you've talked to like 10 people. Next thing you know, they're blinking the ugly lights at you, man. But it should be a lot of fun. I mean, the Oz cigars should be good. EP Carrillo, who doesn't love that? Crown Heads, that's a banging lineup as far as tobacco is concerned, you know. And it's going to be in the Las Vegas Convention Center, somewhere like right around where the actual trade show floor is. So easy to get to. A nice monorail ride back to your hotel. Should be nice and chill, you know. Yeah, gotcha.
So yeah, I'm sure Lou, one of these days you need to go, man.
I'm going to try and make it a point to go next year.
Yeah,
And,
because you're going to be part of something special, as you've already got involved with me, and we're about to launch, and we'll talk about that on hopefully Monday. You'll see a press release coming out on something really special, but I'm holding my breath.
Absolutely.
One of the other things about PCA, as you the new releases, everybody wants to know what's new. This year, only 8 months to go from last year's PCA to this year, which is about 4 to 5 months shy of what they normally have to really produce and get themselves cranked back up. But one of the things that has cranked up a little bit is some pricing. So I would say that the average price for a cigar today is $13 to $15 on the shelf. There are some less, some more, but I would put that average. Am I on the same page, Harry, as a shop owner, and Miguel?
being a shop owner in one of the least cigar-friendly states, New York State, I absolutely agree with you. What it used to be $10, $12 cigar was like expected in New York. Now it's 15 to 17. So 12 to 15 in normal states like Florida, Pennsylvania. Yeah, 12 to 15 is the norm. Now you can't find any premium cigar less than 12 to 15. That just without any additional tobacco taxes added, you know.
How about you, Miguel?
Yeah, another non-friendly state, California. I mean, there are a bunch of great lounges across the state that are doing their best to kind of fight this inflation, but it's a losing battle. Yeah, I would say 13 to 15, maybe even 16 to 17 is about that price point that we can expect. We're doing our best. You know, I'm smoking one of mine right now. It's Bryce Cigars, and we're trying to keep everything at $10, but it is difficult.
So let me ask.
It is what it is.
Being in a high tax state, New York and California, how are you going to, what's the price of the following cigar going to be if you're bringing it in? And I'm going to share this. The Monte Cristo 1935 Anniversary Edition Double Diamante, $150 for this cigar. Okay. Very limited production, but $150. This is an outlier, obviously, but a pricey cigar. What are your thoughts on that? And would you bring that in? And could you ever sell something like that in New York?
If it's a 150 MSRP, that's usually in normal states. They don't include any additional tobacco product tax. So if you add the 75% New York tobacco price, another $60. So $210, absolutely not. I don't care how good it is. No cigar is worth that much, like, because you know that it's mostly taxes and it's really I mean, the cigar is phenomenal, I'm sure, but putting it in this range, it's just gonna collect dust in the humidor until somebody that's maybe been looking for it finds that you have it. I mean, I stay away from bringing like really like high-end cigars unless it's a Padron or a Fuente, because they have like a very good following and very good tradition, and the families have been doing this for so many years. So that's something that those are staples. People wouldn't mind spending that kind of money for a Padron, Fuente, or Davidoff, but anything else, it's almost like, yeah, whatever, you know, nice, but I mean, that's outrageous. I mean, even in a regular state, but in New York, it would be a no-go.
So I would say I'll go to Lou. Lou, you always seem to pick up some really interesting stuff. Are you in the market? Are you going to buy this Monte Cristo and try it?
150, you know, I'm in Florida, so 0 tax. So you're 60%, that's $90 on top, right? So you're looking at $240 for one stick.
Yeah, it's nuts.
If I could find, you know, I don't know. You know, it's kind of at that limit where it's like, how good can it be, right? There's like a limit where you go, it's still a cigar, it's still tobacco, and it could be the best cigar that I've had, but is it still worth $150?
Correct. I agree 100% with you.
How about you, Miguel?
Yeah, I did a little bit of...
Go ahead, Miguel.
Oh, sorry about that.
No,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Just a little bit of numbers. Yeah, we're looking about the same, about 210 to 230 in store. I mean, who are you asking to do that? And I know there's guys out there where the budget might not matter as much, but in my neck of the woods, it kind of does. And like you said, I think Harry brought up a great point with Padron and Fuente. It's not the same with the name behind them. If people expect to pay a little bit more and to appreciate that, even Atabey from United. I even have high hopes for Don Doroteo coming in with their new, I think it's like $30, but it's $30. 30 versus 200 is a very big difference there.
So how about this one?
I'm a little disappointed to have to say that because I would love to bring it in.
So we'll go to another one when we talk prices. So I want to thank my good friend Cigar Coop for putting this article out. But there's another one. The My Father and Tatawahe La Union. This is a $60 cigar, but if you buy the box, you get a cool Zycar cutter with it. So again, a $60 cigar, 2 different types in here. $60, will those move?
I'll be honest with you. I almost bought it. I had an opportunity to have 2 boxes of those, My Father and Tatuaje. And then again, in New York would be $90 a stick. So I'm like, I love the company. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Tatuaje and My Father fan. But again, it's not an Opus X or a Padron. That's my opinion. I mean, it would be great. But people that come in, they expect to pay like 60 or 90 bucks for a limited Padron or Opus or Davidoff. It's just psychologically they're prepared for it. I mean, like, I'm sure this is a very limited, very delicious aged tobacco, special tobaccos. But then again, it will be a lot harder for me to try to explain it to the average customer that may not be so familiar with, you know, all the companies that are out there. But most people would recognize Fuente, Opus X, Davidoff, Padron. And if I have to try too hard to explain and sell it, I mean, again, I passed it on. I wanted to get a box, but I said, you know what? I don't think it's a smart investment for me because it will be just, oh, I have it. Great. It's rare. I have it. But so if it doesn't make me money and it doesn't move, what good is it, you know?
But from a consumer standpoint, I would say also with that set being that it's 2 cigars, right? That ideally you would want to smoke both cigars to compare.
Double the price.
So now you double the price.
Yeah.
Very true.
That makes perfect
Now,
sense.
Now, while prices have been going up, and we've seen that across the board, there are some that have come down in price. I do know that Oscar Rodriguez, Dr. Oscar Rodriguez, is actually lowering his prices. I spoke to him the other day, and he said that he's actually going to lower his prices because he's got a different model. His model is to take care of his family in the Dominican Republic that are doing all the work. He doesn't need all the money. He wants to make sure that everybody's doing the work. But there was another company that came out this year with a new release that they're going to be having, and you all know them. It's El Septimo. Now, El Septimo, they've come out. They've been known for very high priced cigars, but they've come out with the culinary edition. Okay. This is the culinary art collection of cigars. They're going to be breaking out at PCA. And these cigars range between $9 and $18 in the
Not bad,
wheelhouse.
not bad.
Okay. Have you guys, do you carry El Septimo? Or have you got an opinion on whether these cigars are ones you would bring in?
I personally don't carry it, and the reason I don't carry it was exactly what I was saying earlier. If I had to price what to the general public that's not familiar with all the newcomers and the boutique section of this industry, for them to pay $60, $70 for a cigar that they just maybe heard for the first time, it's a tough seller. And now I see that they're going the right direction, but it was another company a few years back, Sam Perret. They did the same approach, and so did Micallef. They did the same thing. They all started out with the really high-end price, high-end special cigars, and now they're lowering it. And in my opinion, in the public's view, would be like, oh, that's a cheap cigar now, because how would they be selling you a $9 cigar when most of their cigars are 70 and up? They'll be like, oh, that's a poor man's like freaking Lamborghini. It's a freaking Volkswagen Jetta.
So the opposite model, instead of having cigars at reasonably priced like Altadis and jumping in with a $150 cigar, which you could say, hey, that's really special, you're going from cigars that are super expensive to the normally, and suddenly you drop the price. And the question is that really going to be as good? What kind of cigar am I getting now? Because I knew what I was getting at the $40 to $50 range.
Yeah, I think that's not, I mean, I would never, as a business owner, I wouldn't take that approach, because you're really kind of getting your hopes too high, and you're trying to send the message to the public, hey, I'm a newcomer, but my product is so good, so it's worth $70 or whatever the case is. And then you see, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done it, and then you learn your lesson. You're like, oh, I should have something more affordable. But to me, that's almost the opposite effect. I mean, in my opinion, people would just take it as a negative thing. They're like, oh, wait a second, that's like a piece of garbage stick, if it's like 1/5 of their regular price. I mean, my opinion again.
How about you, Miguel?
That's not a crazy opinion, though. Honestly, when you look at that, from an outside perspective, it can look like what's what I'm looking for. Your confidence in your own brand is not where it should be. Because if you go from that setting that standard of we sell at this price, but all of a sudden we're down to a fourth or a fifth almost, I can see that negative connotation coming in. But from personal experience, being at some El Septimo events, where Zaya shows up throughout California, southern to central and a little bit further north, they do quite well. When they put the full attention on El Septimo and they show off the very nice accessories they've put together, the boxes. I'm not so thrilled with these boxes. I'm not going to lie. I don't think they look as nice, but I think that goes into the price point. The presentation and the luxury feel they're going for definitely plays sometimes. It definitely plays. And the lounges that of his that I've gotten a chance to visit are also very nice, and they're doing things a little bit differently, different types of events, watching sports, but also having salsa dance lessons at one time, and a movie night and a comedian, which is a lot different events happening surrounding these cigars. I'm loving seeing that. I think that's what's going to carry them, not lowering the price point, but having a different mindset and a different perspective on the luxury. And I think they continue to lean into that. It'll be a lot better. That I get wanting a cheaper cigar. I mean, I like cigars that aren't super expensive. I've always loved that. But I also knows that about it. I'm fine with that as well.
Right, right. So stay, if you're going to do luxury, keep it at luxury, but maybe somebody, maybe, we don't know what the cigar is. So I'm sure we're all going to have an opportunity to try it. And when we do, we'll judge it at that point. Maybe they do come out with a cigar that is an
Phenomenal.
excellent
Yeah.
cigar for that price, and you're getting the experience, and you're enjoying a quality luxury product.
Well, just a quick insert there. Back to McAuliffe, that McAuliffe Black was a phenomenal cigar, and that's the cheapest one they sell.
That's
right?
correct.
It's the most affordable cigar. I mean, $8, I think you could pick them up for without.
I actually picked up McAuliffe in the very beginning of days when they had the van with the rolling, like the lady that was rolling, coming to the stores and doing events, rolling cigars. So I picked him up and I had him in my store. And like most of their lines at that time, when they started with, here in New York, would retail $25, $30. They had a couple of them that were like $18, which was the more affordable at that time. And then I think a couple years later, they dropped their prices because I guess they figured, like they want to cater to more like a bigger audience than just like the people that were in that price range. And but that was like, and they weren't really crazy, but again, for like a brand new company, and I get it that the family that grows the tobacco and everything, it's been third generation family and everything else. But again, it wasn't like a name that was really around. It just came like a newcomer. So it was, I thought it was a little, like overpriced for something that wasn't known yet.
Yeah, and Dr. Oscar chimed in and he says, not luxury, but high quality.
There you go. I like that.
And I love.
I gotta listen to my cousin because he knows what's up.
The GTO, I have him here in my store, and Oscar is a great guy, and I love like the manufacturers like him that are actually trying to put up a very good high quality product, but it's in a reasonable within range price. And he's doing the right thing. And I think he revamped his series tremendously the last couple of years. And I was just with Tony Moon, his partner. He was here yesterday at my store. We had some cigars and I had to reorder because they're selling really well. So it's a $15, $16 cigar in New York. That's very reasonable.
So another topic of presenting at PCA, we are, as you know, in the Year of the Dragon. And we have like Year of Dragons everywhere. All right. I mean, everybody's come out with a Year of the Dragon. And I just I'll share this one here. So this is a Cigar Aficionado article on the 9 cigars that they've listed to celebrate the Year of the Dragon, right? We start off with the Davidoff Year of the Dragon. Again, a $59 cigar, all right? This is the 12th cigar to commemorate the Zodiac, they say. The Gurkha Year of the Dragon, all right? This one here is actually being made in collaboration with AJ Fernandez. Okay, so they're in a $25 range, all right? Also working with Oscar Valadares, and they're also working with Oliva and EP Carrillo. So they got 4 different Year of the Dragons, depending upon which color you like. Monte Cristo Year of the Dragon, all right? Price unknown, all right? So we don't know the price of that one. We've got Oliva Year of the Dragon. So we got the Oliva Year of the Dragon under Gurkha, and then we have the Oliva Year of the Dragon itself, which is $35. And then Punch comes out, and they give you the $7 Year of the Dragon, right? So if you can't afford the expensive Year of the Dragon, you could celebrate the Year of the Dragon, obviously, with punch, okay? And then Placencia, they're coming in right at the zone, $45, kind of consistent with what they've done in the past. The Year of the Dragon, limited to just 3,000 boxes. All right. And Rocky Patel has a Year of the Dragon. And Vega Fina comes out with a $15 Year of the Dragon. And Cohiba has the short Year of the Dragon because Cuba has to be on top of it all, too. We'll probably never get those because they'll probably end up in China. So
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the Year of the Dragon? And is this? I thought somewhere I read that somebody actually owns the trademark for the Year of the Dragon cigars. Not the year of everything else, but the Year of the Dragon. And it seems like everybody just jumped on board and said, "No, you don't. We're all doing it. What are you going to do to us? They're short, limited editions. Before you yell at us, they'll be off the shelf."
It's crazy. I mean, all those the Chinese Lunar Year celebration, I always associated with Davidoff because they've been doing it since 2012. I believe that's when they started with their limited editions for the Chinese New Year. And like, as you said, the last couple of years, especially this year with the dragon, it's like, it's dragons everywhere. It's like, what the hell? It's nuts.
So we're going to be slaying the dragons at PCA.
Oh, I
Sounds
like that.
like
I
it.
like that.
Or the media is going to slay the dragons when we smoke them and review them. Or we're going to rave
man.
about them all.
I tell you,
That's going to be a very interesting video right there alone.
So
What's he got on? Oh, beautiful.
No, he's got a
There we
punch
go,
Year of the
Lou.
Dragon.
Nice.
I tell you, for a $7 cigar, put your money there.
Nice.
It was a solid cigar. It was probably easily worth double the price of it.
Nice.
So there you
And it had
go,
a very
taking it from the
interesting-
consumer.
The head was very interesting. It was totally a flat head on it. So what I did with it, I was afraid to cut it with the cutter because I didn't know if I was going to blow the cap off. So what I did was I took my punch and I did a double punch next to each other like a figure eight to open it up.
That's what I did. I took your advice on that.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
Interesting. That sounds nice. I'm gonna have to get myself some and try. I mean, they can beat the price.
That's right. And the box is cool.
Yeah, it's true.
Cool looking box too. It's all marketing, baby.
That's it. That's beautiful.
I do love Punch for their the whole Chinese Express line. I mean, I've had way too many egg rolls.
Of course, you live in California. You get a lot of Chinese places in California. It's like New York. You know, it's just you always got to get Chinese. It's good.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
against it.
Well, last year Punch had a creative one. I think last year it came in a tin, like a foil tin. It looked like a takeout container. I think it was whatever the year of something it was, but it was a very creative packaging, and it was again like a $10-12 stick. And I sold out quickly because it caught people's attention, you know, and the human. They're like, "Oh, somebody left their lunch there." I'm like, "No, it's cigars. It's not food."
Okay,
it's not
so we're
chicken
gonna.
lo mein.
Well, what we're gonna do right here is I'm gonna drop in the second advertising segment. This is about 4 minutes, so if you need to take a break or something real quick, we'll be right back.
And today's show is brought to you by Bocock Brothers Cigars, a new and active brand founded by two Honduran brothers, Bryant and Douglas Bocock. The brand zeroes in on those folks that are looking for easy-to-smoke cigars inspired by unusual circumstances. Very importantly named after their very interesting and imitable last name, Bocock. Right now, Bocock Brothers is featuring their Signature Edition, made at the A.J. Fernandez factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. features an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, a Nicaraguan Habano binder, and a Nicaraguan filler. Available in 3 popular formats, a Robusto, a Toro, and a Gordo. You can check out Bocock Brothers Cigars at www.bocockbrothers.com. And today's show is brought to you by Platinum Nova Cigars. Platinum Nova is a family-owned and operated premium cigar company. Only the highest vintage tobacco and the most skilled hand workmanship go into the making of each Platinum Nova cigar. This results in a timeless blend of art and craftsmanship. The Nova brand and the family's work are a tribute and an honor to their grandfather to always remember him and his infinite passion for the finest cigars. Their love for cigars started with their grandfather, a dedicated master blender and entrepreneur in the cigar industry. So the next time you're looking for that exquisite cigar experience, pick up a Platinum Nova. You can check them out at Platinum Nova Cigars, www.novacigar.com, and on their Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter channels. This episode of Taking It to the Nub is sponsored by the Box Press Cigar app, the ultimate cigar smoking experience. With Box Pressed, you can easily catalog cigars with your own virtual humidor. Quickly rate and record notes for any cigar using the Smoke Session feature. Receive intelligent cigar recommendations based on your personal taste profile and access exclusive discounts from top cigar brands. You can even shop your favorite cigars directly in the app, then automatically sync the order to your virtual humidor, plus so much more. Download Box Press today by typing bxpr.sd/install into any web browser and discover the world of cigars like never before. That's bxpr.sd/install. And today's show is brought to you by All Saints Cigars, a company founded in 2019 and headed up by industry veteran Mickey Pegg and his 2 friends, Martin Corboy, a successful restaurateur, and Frank Leo, an Air Force Academy graduate military veteran. As Mickey explains it, they were all sitting down talking and smoking cigars, and finally they decided that they would do this thing together. It was time. Mickey said, "I decided if I'm going to work hard at it, it should be something I love. Besides, a tough day with a cigar is better than a great day doing anything else." Soon after, they began the process of launching All Saints Cigars, jokingly referring to themselves as the Holy Trinity, St. Michael, St. Martin, and St. Francis. They chose for their logo the cross of St. James, the patron saint of Nicaragua, the country where their cigars would be produced. You can check out All Saints Cigars at www.allsaintscigars.com. Okay, so I've been looking at a lot of press releases. This is the time of the year when I get bombarded with press releases that I sometimes can't even keep up with. And I don't get them all, obviously. And I'm probably happy because I don't know how to find the time to keep constantly pushing them out. But everybody's announcing new things. And the question I have is, there's some very cool new things coming out. We have a number of celebrity cigar offerings this year. All right. We've got Gurkha. Now, Gurkha been doing a lot of cool stuff over the last couple of years, and we'll just share this one out right now. So Gurkha, yes, you heard it right. They are going for the knockout punch at PCA with the Gurkha Tyson 2.0 Undisputed. What a way to capitalize on this fight that's about to come up. This is phenomenal. I don't know how good the cigar is. We'll find out when we try them. They come in 2 different blends. There's a Maduro and a Habano, both in these beautiful boxes. And Mike Tyson's supposed to be
at PCA. So maybe we'll find Mike Tyson hanging around PCA. All right. What is your thoughts on this cigar? Is it on your radar screen?
What company, what factory is making that cigar? Does it say?
Yeah, they're being made at I believe El Artista.
Oh, okay, with Ram.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. So they work with El Artista on these. So you know,
it'll be a solid
I love
cigar.
El Artista cigars. So they do
Yeah,
a
it'll
good
be
job. They
solid.
did the Big Poppy.
Yeah.
Artista is phenomenal. I mean, I don't want to brag, but the company that helps, little cigars and Miguel over here and Frankie is our cousin Ram over at the Artista factory. Big shout out to Kevin for helping us out with that, and James from Sinistro for helping us all those steps of the way. But our name isn't quite as big as Mike Tyson. So yeah, I think he might have a little more notoriety, and I think they're going to put a little bit of effort into making this a good cigar. I'm not really sold on celebrity endorsement anything, but if it's a great cigar, that's just awesome. And I do love Mike Tyson. I'm a huge fan, and I do want to meet him. So I'm excited to smoke him. I'm very excited for this. I like Gurkha. I like quite a few Gurkhas out there. It's not my favorite, but there's some really good ones.
Gurkha has turned the corner over the last couple of years. I've smoked some very, very good Gurkhas over the last couple of years. So, if you haven't tried one lately, it may pay to go try one. And if El Ortiz is making this one, hey, let's try it.
I agree. I think as long as everybody's got they got the bad rap from all the CI cigars that were put out. But no, in the last few years, they went to some real reputable factories and had some quality cigars made. I'm sure with El Ortiz, this is going to be a solid cigar. What was the price point on that?
The price point on these are let me go back here. Did they put a price point on these? $19 to $20.
That's probably fair for a celebrity cigar.
Yeah.
It's probably a $15 cigar.
So the next one, okay, and this is coming out of one of my favorite new brand owners, and I gotta love her, and that's Sin Coburn from Dissonant Cigars. I am definitely looking for this one. This is the Dissonant Cigars paying tribute to Wendy O. Williams from the Plasmatics. Now, I have to admit, if you come down here, I hung out in New York when I was in college. I hung out in CBGB's quite a bit during those days in the late 70s. And I've saw the Plasmatics play, and Wendy O put on a hell of a show. So if you actually haven't seen his article, I added a little extra. I put a live show here where they played at Perkins Palace. And this is a great show. This is when she had the electrical tape across her breasts because they said you couldn't go nude. So she decided to just put some tape across the front of the breast. But anyway, this cigar itself, Plasmatic, I'm looking forward to trying this out. Obviously, it's made at James Brown's factory, and anything there is always hitting my palate just right. What do you guys think about this one? Have you heard about it? Are you looking at it?
Yeah, Sin does some wonderful work. I mean, across the board, I love her stuff. And like you said, James Brown Factory is wonderful stuff across the board too. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about the Plasmatics though. That is my fault. I need to learn, need to be more educated. So I guess I have some work to do. I get some music to listen to. That's never a bad thing either.
Well, I personally always love everything that comes out of James Brown, and I had the pleasure to go and visit this factory, La Oveja Negra, when I was in Nicaragua just a few weeks ago, and I'm definitely looking forward to try that one for sure.
Very nice. Hey, Jimmy, you're muted, brother.
I'm very sorry. If you haven't seen the plasmatics, go to that article on Stogie Press, and you can watch that video. It's always fun. I actually had to relive my life over Friday when I was doing this. Like, oh my goodness, man, I remember this stuff so vividly in my head. Another cigar that just got announced on Thursday night, okay, on Freestyle Live on Drew Estate. Everybody wanted to know what the mystery cigar was. So again, another, I'll put it in a celebrity category, is the Drew Estate S84 Shade to Black. This is the next rendition of the Blackened line from Drew Estate, working with Hetfield from Metallica and Dietrich with the Blackened whiskey. This is one that everybody tried. I tried it. I want to try it fresh out of the box. I want to see what they've got coming other than what was in the simple package. The packaging is beautiful, but I don't know if a lot of people fully appreciate the naming. They touched on it briefly, just so you know, in case you haven't paid attention to Metallica in the last 10 years. The S84 has a lot of significance. The 84 is the year that Metallica's second album, Ride to Lightning, was released. The S obviously represents shade because it's a shade tobacco. And the name Shade to Black, they didn't talk about this, but I could tell you it's an obvious nod to the song on that album, Fade to Black, which was the first power ballad by Metallica. I'm going to throw it up to you guys. What do you think about that cigar? And have you tried the Freestyle Live version of it?
I personally, I've been a Metallica fan since day one. And as a consumer, I love bourbon and whiskey and Drew Estate. So I think that was a phenomenal collaboration between, like, you know, the Blackened whiskey, Metallica, and Drew Estate. I happen to like the original Blackened, the M81. Phenomenal cigar. I can't wait to try the Shade to Black. I would imagine it'll be similar to the Underground Shade kind of thing. Obviously, a little different, but it will be that general idea. It won't be your grandfather's Connecticut. It's gonna have probably a little kick because of the binder and the filler, so it's not gonna be. It's probably misleading. People will be like, "Oh, it's gonna be a light cigar." I think it's gonna be a nice mild medium with a lot of complexity. Can't wait to try it. And yes, the reference to Fade to Black, it's kind of obvious for Metallica fans. So I think it's gonna be a hit. I mean, three great companies, Blackened, Metallica, and Drew Estate. I mean, you can't really go wrong. And the cigar, it's been phenomenal. The Blackened, the original one, I really love. I have it here in the store, and I sell it all the time. Well,
how about you, Miguel?
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Harry hit every point right on the head right there. All three companies, the original Blackened, the whiskey, the love for Metallica, 100%. It takes me back to high school days, you know, playing the music on the jukebox while I was over playing pool, you know, where it probably should have been, you know, at school more, but whatever. The fact is, it's a wonderful cigar from what I've got to try from the Freestyle Live kit. Like you said, I'm very curious to see when it's all dressed up. I can't wait to get one right out of the box. It's going to be a good day for me. I think it's going to be a good day for anyone out there who likes those shades. And as you mentioned, Harry, like you said, it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be something light. It's going to have that medium plus to it. When we finally get, you know, the other sizes. What are the other sizes right now? I know they released the fact. I just don't have it on the top of my head. What are we going with?
On the Metallica one, there's like a Toro, there's a Robusto, there's just
Corona,
Corona, or maybe a Gordo,
right? Yeah,
something like that.
So I might not be such a Gordo fan, but I definitely I believe that the rest is just going to be absolutely delicious. And I'll probably end up smoking the Gordo anyways, just cause.
Exactly. Same here.
Why not? So
It's a
I'm excited. I'm not
nostalgic
gonna lie.
cigar. It brings back memories for most of us guys that are in their like 40s, 50s that grew up with Metallica. And if you like whiskey and like fine cigars, it's just a trifecta.
So another
Yeah.
celebrity cigar, and we were speaking about El Artista just a moment ago, or now is Artista Cigars. They now come out with their next rendition of, it's not the Poppy, it's the HOF by David Ortiz. This is the Hall of Fame by David Ortiz. It comes in two different Vitolas. All right. It's got the standard Toro, but it has a limited edition Figurado, which kind of looks like a slugger's bat. All right. So this one here is going to be $15 and $16. I'm looking forward to this one. It's a Mexican San Andreas with a sweet Indonesian binder and a filler as powerful as Ortiz's career.
I'm interested in that.
Yeah,
I'd give
interested,
it a
huh?
try. The
Especially
Mexican San Andres wrapper and the Sumatra combination already caught my attention.
Heck yeah.
Sounds a little bit like the Boston Jimmie.
Nothing wrong with
Love
that.
it. Gotta love it.
Right? There's nothing wrong. The next one I want to bring up, this is the last of the celebrity ones that I could find. And this one here is been making a lot of headlines, been showing up a variety of events. It's Chaz Palminteri. So this is the Bronx Tale, but the Bronx Tale has a new one called the Bronx Tale Calagaro, which is his grandfather. All right, he's named after Chaz Palminteri's grandfather. This one is an Ecuadorian Habano with a Dominican binder and a Dominican Republic and Nicaraguan filler. So we're looking at box of 20 cigars, Toros 250, so $12, $13. What do you think about that one?
Now,
I like that.
now you can't leave.
That's right. They should collaborate this with that beer they have now. You Can't Live, the Bronx Brewery beer. That would be a great collaboration. I'd give it a try. I'm personally more of a Nicaraguan tobacco, like lover when it comes to preferences. Again, the Habano wrapper is one of my favorite wrappers, and having fillers from DR and Nicaragua, it would be an interesting combination, you know, depending which like leaves they pick, but it's definitely worth a try. At the price point, it's not like gonna break the bank. You have nothing to lose. You try it. If you don't like it, you don't buy it again. That's it. But it's definitely, you know, it has like a catchy, you know, marketing, and it sounds like it has good tobaccos in it.
So now those take us through the Year of the Dragon, the high price, the low price. And now when I think of all the press releases I saw, these are some of mine that are on my radar screen. I'd be curious from your perspectives of what you've seen in the media and the announcements, what's on your screen. So the first one that comes up is, this is definitely on my radar screen. This is the Joya de Nicaragua Ultimate Jewel Collection, right? This is an absolutely beautiful presentation of some of the absolute best cigars that Joya de Nicaragua has. Just a master collection of them. I'm going to go to the next. I'll go to the next one in a second. What's your thoughts on Joya de Nicaragua collection? From a shop perspective, especially, would it something that would move?
I'm thinking of getting, I think they also came up with for the Nicaragua a Lancero, a new Lancero. That looks really nice. And
yeah, we're going to get to that in a second.
Ah,
I'm sorry.
Let's do
But
that.
But I mean, I'm definitely considering bringing it because a Lancero is such a specific kind of old school style. It's pretty much for people that appreciate tobacco. I mean, a lot of guys, the average smokers, they'll be like, oh, it's too skinny or whatever. But I think that's one of the best tasting sizes because you taste mostly the wrapper since it's such a little filler. And I know it's a lot more intricate to make a good Lancero without being clogged and being able to have a good draw and a good taste since it's mostly wrapper and it's not much in the filler. But I definitely love, I'm bringing it in actually. And the collection, I wasn't aware of it, but I would definitely like to have it because everybody knows how in Nicaragua it's like the most popular. It's their jewel, the Nicaraguan jewel. You go to the airport, that's how you're gonna find that in Managua.
Yeah, I think that's a great collector's piece. Well, not so much a collector's piece. I mean, I would smoke them. I have smoked all of them that are in there. So I would definitely say that's not something that as a shop, right, you need to sell the whole box, right? You can't break the box because what's the point of that? There's only one of each. Right. So that is a bigger ticket sale for you in the shop. But for somebody that wants to enjoy it and try to get a whole taste of all the flavors across the board that they present, it's a great presentation, really, and a good sampling. It's also a great sampler, right? Like it's presented as, so you say, okay, I like this one, I like that one, I like that one. Let me pick up a box of those.
And it was only a couple of years ago, I think, when they came out with the Antonio sampler with the bull on it. Mm-hmm. I love that, and it turned out to be the perfect hanging in my lounge because it turned into a perfect piece of art. Did you guys carry that, Miguel or Harry?
I didn't have that one. No, I did not.
Unfortunate.
Okay. So the one that Harry was talking about, and yes, this is also on my radar screen. So it's been 8 years waiting. Okay. And this is the Cabinetta Lancero. So in 2016, they did this. All right. But now they come out and they've got this beautiful Lancero with a Cabinetta blend. I agree with Harry. This is, I mean, the packaging is beautiful. All right. They kind of took that nice package, that box where you just put the Lanceros in there without the cello, I guess it looks like. And this is something similar to what, not exactly the design, but similar to what Tatawahi does with like the monsters. Yeah. Right? But this is looking really nice. And of course, you can always get them in the other Vitolas. But this one is going to be $9.95. Want to go back to price again?
Not bad at all.
All right.
It's reasonable.
And it's going to be a solid cigar.
Absolutely. I mean, coming from this factory and being this size and everything, it's got to be definitely one of the nicest Lanceros. It almost reminds me, it looks almost like the Tabernacle Lancero they had. That was a nice Lancero that they had it with the broadleaf and the Habano. It reminds me very much like it.
Remember, that has that extra wrapper on it. So it's got two different wrappers on it. Mm-hmm. Miguel?
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Any more Lanceros I can get a hold of, I'm happy to do so. I love Lanceros. I think those who appreciate them really appreciate them, and that's a wonderful thing. There was a time in our lounges in Bakersfield where you could maybe find two here, a couple over there, maybe one here, and over the years, at least if I've seen, that number has increased tremendously in such a good way. I think people are just appreciating their cigars a little bit more. And I think that's one of those sizes that really helps you differentiate, like you said, the wrappers, especially when you get such beautiful flavors from them. There's nothing wrong with filler, obviously. There's nothing wrong with binders. It adds all to the complexity. but just something about those Lanceros when done well, when it's not plugged, when the
Right.
burn's going well, it makes the night better. It makes the experience of whatever you're doing from here to here, and I'm happy to have another one in the arsenal.
Fantastic. Now this is a brand that I latched onto like 2 years ago at TPE. I think they were at. They first announced they came out in the industry. Goes back a lot of history in the family. But this is a brand that I've been focused on. They are pricey, but they are quality in my book. And that is Don Derriteo. Don Derriteo cigars, the new cigar, the El Alcalde. Okay, probably botched that word. I apologize. But here we go with another fine cigar from Juan Lugo, who is a partner in his company. Ecuadorian Sumatra binder, and a Brazilian and Dominican Republic filler. $29.75 a cigar, but I like the craft that this company's been coming out with. I'm not sure if you guys have tried these, the previous ones, but I'd like to get your opinion.
Everything's great. Oh,
I haven't personally tried this one, but now that you're mentioning it, Jimmie, I would definitely like to get my hands on it. Hopefully, I'll go to their booth at the PCA and give it a try, because I value your opinion. And it's so many new boutique companies nowadays that it's hard to I mean, sometimes the marketing is phenomenal, and then the cigar is so. So it's so many that, I'm glad that you mentioned it, because now I know that it's something worth trying.
I'm going to let you guys chat for a second. I just have to take a 9/11 break to the bathroom, okay? Because my happy
You
St.
got
Patty's
it.
Day tomorrow. It's kind of
That's
working
right,
its way through
baby.
me. I'll be right
Yeah.
back. You guys keep the conversation going on that, and then we'll talk about the next one.
You got it,
Yeah.
Jerry.
The Don
Speaking of
Doroteo
St.
has been
Patrick's
phenomenal.
Day,
Oh, yeah.
So you will be at the PCA, Miguel? You gonna be in Vegas, or?
I will be there. I'm going to be. Yes, I will be there. I will be there the entire time. Hopefully, get there a little early on Thursday, even, because there's always something happening throughout that entire week. So I'm excited. I've missed seeing everybody because I didn't go to TPE. Just too close together. Just is what it was.
Same
But
here.
I would not miss this for anything.
Me too. I haven't done a PCA since 2017. So I end up doing the TPE the last 3 years. But this year I was in Nicaragua because I have some of my own blends that I'm making with 3 different factories there. So at the time of the TPE, I was in Nicaragua. And I figure, okay, because you can't do all of them, especially when they're 6 weeks apart. I was like, I have to make a decision. So I'm looking forward to do the PCA since it's been a few years for me, and I do miss the excitement, the action, and the energy, and seeing everybody, catching up, meeting new people. Like, it's always great meeting other retailers from different states and try to see the different challenges you guys are dealing with and different perspective on things,
Yeah, PCA is just a
100%.
party reunion. You go there, we're doing there to do business. We're doing there to work together. But at the same time, it's a reunion of people we probably haven't seen face to face in a year. And it's always fun because there's always after parties we go to. We always different things we're doing. We're doing dinners. We're doing this. And you're just nonstop. I mean, you're smoking cigars from 8 o'clock in the morning until 3 in the morning, and then you get up and you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. And when you get home, you're like, I don't want to smoke a cigar.
I know you told you'll never say that you're tired of smoking cigars, but after the show, you actually say, you're like, I am tired of smoking 10, 12 cigars a day. I mean, and it's so hard because when people give you samples, a lot of times, if I'm considering bringing it to the store, I tell them straightforward, I'll try it when I go home on a fresh pallet in the morning so I can really enjoy, because there, after you smoke 5-6 cigars, there is no way your palate can actually decide, you know, if a cigar you're trying it's good or not, especially if it's something lighter after you smoke like 3-4 stronger cigars. It's not a fair judgment of the cigar if you don't do it on a fresh palate when you're back home.
I don't know. Lou smokes about 6 cigars a day.
true.
You know,
So true.
No,
That's my norm, usually 5 to 6, depends on the size. I mean, the Robustos are 2 for 1. I consider 2 of them. It's 1, so it's 5-6 average a day. That's it. Yeah.
you could definitely get palate fatigue, you know. Hey, especially if you're not cleansing, you know, if you're drinking something that cleanses it in between, you know, take a little break. You're not hotboxing the cigar, so
Correct.
you know you don't burn up your tongue, and you're all right.
Oh, yeah.
unsalted saltine cracker and filtered water. That's the cleanse.
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
True, but
All
in
right.
Vegas, there's not many restaurants that serve, you know, a saltine cracker and filtered water. You know, they like to sell steak and whatnot, and it's such a rough job. But someone's got to do it, and I appreciate you
It's
guys being a
tough.
part of that.
Hey, and for St. Patrick's Day, I'm smoking
There we go.
Banff Irishman.
Very
Nice.
nice. Well,
Nice.
and happy St. Patty's Day to you. So I was drinking a Guinness, and Miguel's wearing a green shirt. You're smoking a St. Patty's Day cigar. And what do you celebrate? What do you got? Green there? You
Well,
got
this is
green.
my own F14 Tomcat, the first original Camel cigar, baby. So
Oh,
All
nice.
right.
that's
There you go.
appropriate for St. Patty's because it has Candela, it has Connecticut, it has Habano, and Maduro. So you have the Candela right there, baby. That's my green for St. Patty's Day.
So here's another one that's on my radar screen. Luciano Cigars. So Luciano has unveiled the Fiat Lux limited edition Tenebris. And this is a collaboration with Placentia's Tobaccos de Orient. So this one here is a limited edition one. They're not going to give you, it's a dual wrapper. It's got a Habano from Honduras off of Placentia's farm, and the original Fiat Lux wrapper, a Sumatra seed grown in Ecuador. Both aged over 5 years. These cigars here are coming in at $22, and they're limited to 1,500 10-count boxes. I like the Fiat Lux. I think that was one of the best cigars that Luciano made. What's your thoughts on that one?
Big thumbs up on that, and I'm excited for this one. I can see it being something quality and great, and that price point is, I know, like we've been talking about that $13 to $16 price range. Not a problem at all. Let's smoke that any day of the week. It sounds absolutely phenomenal. I'm excited for that as well.
And speaking of Luciano, when I was in Nicaragua a few weeks ago, I went to their factory. They also have another, more of a budget cigar. It's called the Underrated. It's like a $9 retail, which is phenomenal. And I tried it when I was in the factory, and I thought that was spot on for the price. And that would be a great cigar for states like us, New York and California, $9-10 retail, even with our taxes. I think having a quality cigar for like around $10 in our states, that's like a winner. Absolutely.
That was the underrated, you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I grabbed it right from the factory, from the aging room. I didn't grab it. They gave it to me. But I smoked it right there, and I sent a picture to Mike the Greek. I was like, guess where I am, baby? I said, I tried it before you did. Because he was at the TPE at that time. He goes, you bastard.
So while Lou is smoking a Banff cigar, let's break into what Banff is doing. And for those that don't know what Banff stands for, it stands for Badass Motherfucking Cigars. Okay, I could say that because this is not a child show, but they are showcasing two new cigars, and probably some others that'll probably show up with at PCA. The first one is called the PTSITA, or the PCA, whatever you want to call that. It's put that smoke in the air, not the other acronym. Okay. So that's a Habano 2000 Oscuro with a Pennsylvania binder and Lajero Pilato Cubano, Lajero 2020. I'm not sure what that means. And a Viso Nicaraguan Seco HBB. So a bold filler. I wouldn't expect anything less from them. 10 count boxes, $13.50 a cigar. Very interesting packaging. Go hashtag PTSITA when you're smoking that. The second one comes out of their top secret bin. So their top secret, they're doing the Area 51 Alien. And the Area 51 Alien is going to be $14.50 a cigar in 10 count boxes. And it's in an interesting 6.5 by 48 Vitola. And this is a blend they're not going to disclose because the cigar doesn't exist, they say, i.e., it's an alien. I know you are a fan.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right there.
That's the stuff, man. And an alien.
Wow.
Jealousy. Oh, that's awesome.
That looks nice, man. That looks,
Uh,
they both look beautiful.
this one I smoked yesterday. It'll definitely sneak up on you and give you a little smack in the back of the head. But no bite, no harshness, super smooth, very good cigar. This one I'm gonna probably smoke tomorrow, so I don't know. I'm excited about it.
Beautiful, man. Yeah, I gotta definitely give those a try. They look really like I mean, describing the blend on the badass one. It's really spot on.
Miguel, have you tried any Banff cigars?
Oh, me and Ishmael, I love his stuff, first of all. And I'm gonna let him tell the story because it's very embarrassing for me, but it's hilarious for everyone that was involved. Just you ask him if he has a story about Miguel and Bakersfield and a night we all had a really good time from what I remember. It was I'm told it was good, but back to the cigars, phenomenal stuff. I can't wait to see them over at PCA. I am looking forward to these ones too. I saw that and I'm like, heck yeah, because he also works with my buddy Doug, and they put out some really good stuff. I gotta try that, and I can't wait for the next one. I have not tried the mafioso yet, but it's all good stuff. It's very good, and I'm excited, and I love the packaging. I love the alien look to it. I think that's really cool. It's something that speaks to me. All right, this is my nerd side coming out. I love the way it looks, and I would pick it up just from that before even knowing anything, let alone knowing that it's coming from a great company. It's a win-win for me.
Yeah, he's a mad scientist when it comes to tobaccos. He's getting tobaccos from all around the world. He gets leaf that a lot of people never heard of. So always fun to try what he has.
Yeah, this one here, the Irishman, it actually does have Irish tobacco in it.
That's correct.
Interesting.
You're right.
Yep.
He told me
I
that.
don't know that actually.
Yep.
So happy St. Patty's Day to you again. The next one, it's on my screen. I just want to try it, but our friend Dr. Gabby Caffey is dipping into the old world with a sweet tip line of cigars. So you see this every now and then from companies. Of course, he now works with La Aurora. So he's been doing a lot of work with them. So this new one is a sweet tip. You can get them in a Connecticut, Habano, or a Maduro. And they come in two sizes, Robustos and Toros, and they're coming in very, very value priced, about $8, a little over $8 a cigar. Okay. You guys fans of sweet tip cigars if they're done right?
I can see.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You continue.
I personally would go with like maybe if they're like properly infused, like let's say if you put some sort of like a rum or liquor in a cedar box and let the infusion, like the flavor of the rum, go with the tobacco and the cedar. But the sweet tip, it's a little much for me.
Very fair. Very fair. Uh, I actually I appreciate them. I might not smoke very many. Again, like I think, yeah, you're right. It's a little too sweet sometimes. But what I like to do with those is I will try one for myself so I can say how it is. And we do have a lot of people who are new to the industry that we talk to and they're baby stepping their way into cigars. It might be their very first one. And that is a very easy and usually a slam dunk. Like if they like that and they're willing to move forward, they'll go to the rest of Caffey's line, no problem, and enjoy the heck out of it. We put on event in Texas every year at another event that we go to called Texas Frightmare, and we just smoke cigars together. We put it on for maybe 40, 50 people, and a lot of them, it's their first cigar they've ever had. So we do bring stuff that's a little lighter, that might be infused, even though it's not something that I really enjoy all the time. If they can enjoy that, and then I can recommend them something that is traditional, non-flavor, all natural flavors, it's really that really nice stepping stool into something else. And I'm not sad to see another one on the market because people do enjoy them.
It will be a good way to upgrade somebody that smokes tobacco especial or like acids, and maybe just tell them, listen, this one is, just as good. It's just a little less intrusive on the sweetness, but you still get that little sweet touch to it. So it would be a good way to promote it to people to switching from tobacco especials or Javas to this. It's kind of an upgrade. It's a in the middle, in the middle kind of thing. It still has a little sweetness, but it's mostly natural tobacco.
So, Miguel, I'll just say that Ishmael chimed in.
100%.
Ishmael chimed in, Miguel, and he said very simply, only took me to put a door down to get you.
Oh man. Oh, that's again.
We'll leave it at that.
I think that's I'm gonna let him tell the story because he knows it better than I do. I was just the victim of it. But man, yeah, thank you for being there with us and having such a great night that day. We're gonna redo it, but without that part.
All right.
We're gonna have more fun times in the future. I already know it.
So the next one that for me is a no-brainer to get my hands on is the Espinosa La Bamba Warhead 10. So 10 years running. Here we go. A very cool packaging. I mean, I just love this. This thing opens up. All the cigars are in here. This is going to be spectacular if the others are any indication. Nicaraguan broadleaf, Nicaraguan is a Nicaraguan Puro, all made at the San Latano factory and is coming in at $16. I saw you shaking your head in a positive way, Miguel. Warheads in your wheelhouse.
Man, I should have been wearing my Espinosa shirt or have it on the side to throw it on real quick. It's going to be great. Let's just be honest. I've loved everything they've put out. Yes to this. Yes, 100%. This is just being nerdy again here. But yeah, for myself, consuming, I need a box. I need some for me. And then after that, maybe the lounge can sell some, I guess, whatever. I'm excited.
I agree on this one. The Warhead's been always a phenomenal sticks, and all the 601 series from day one back in the day, the original 601s with the green, blue, red, and yellow labels were crazy, always spot on. So I can't wait to try this one. That's definitely one on my list for sure.
How about you, Lou?
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a great cigar. The 601 Blue is one of my favorites. I lean towards the stronger cigars, so I'm sure it's going to fit right in the wheelhouse.
Believe it or not, the other day I was digging through my humidor and I found 2 boxes of Espinosa Especial from 2015, original release. Robusto.
This is Harry. Baby, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come. I gotta
baby.
come visit you and dig in your humidor again.
Million%, baby. You gotta get on your knees in my humidor. Yes, you gotta go in all the corners, baby.
I mean,
You know how to dig.
Harry took me to his humidor one day and he started pulling boxes out of the bottom of his humidor. And behind those boxes, he pulled those out. And behind those boxes were like, what? I didn't know I
Wow.
had this.
What the
Hey.
hell? Sometimes
Awesome.
people that know where to dig, they come to the register. I'm like, you found this in my humidor? I'm like, what the hell is that? Yeah, it's like scavenger hunt for adults.
I love it.
Uh,
Oh, I love
So
that.
my last one here that I'm pulling up on the list, and again, I want to thank Cigar Coop for the coverage of this one. Another brand that I really have enjoyed over the years is HVC. All right. And HVC now has what's called the hot cake fresh out of the oven broadleaf. All right. And they are I think they're going to rock the house with this one. I mean, they're only produced 525 count boxes for the first run. I don't think these are going to last long. People are going to swipe these up as quickly as possible. They're running between $15 and $17, depending on what you're getting, and it's all Nicaraguan puros with a puro, with the exception of the Connecticut broadleaf. You guys HVC fans?
Love the
Oh, yeah.
hot cakes. Couple years ago, the short Robusto hot cake was phenomenal. Can't wait to get my hands on those babies. I'll get at least 5-10 boxes for my store.
I can imagine they're going to be gone pretty quickly too. It's a great company and great cigars. Looking forward to trying this out.
So let me open this up. So, Harry, if you were to look at all the press releases, what are 3 cigars that are on your radar screen at PCA?
Starting with the hot cakes, the Warhead for sure, and also we didn't talk about it, but I know that El Pulpo Viva La Vida, it's coming up with a new size of the El Pulpo. I can't wait to try this one because I'm a big fan of the Viva La Vidas. And the El Pulpo's been one of the hottest sellers here in my store. I think that's one of AJ's best blends. So I will definitely go with the hot cake, the Warhead, and the new size of El Pulpo that I can't wait to get my hands on.
How about you, Miguel?
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about this yet, but Artista is also adding 5 into their lineup, 2 to their core, and 3 in a more budget-friendly price range right there. And I cannot wait to smoke all 5 of them. Probably not right back to back, although there will be time. I'm excited for that as well. But I like Harry said before, I want to make sure to take some home and smoke them when they can each have their own proper day. So it might be a morning or 5 mornings, excuse me, of a great way to start the day, just to see them all and let them stand on their own. So I'm very excited for what Artista is bringing to the market. And like you said, of course, earlier, the Hall of Fame, that's going to be spot on as well. Anytime Sin has anything, I love hearing about that. I'm excited. I'm gonna go listen to that music too. I appreciate you putting that video out there. Thank you. And Don
So you were
Doratello's, that
talking
5
about
pack.
you were talking about the Fallow, right? The
Yes.
Artista Fallow, all right? And also
Yep,
the
these are the ones.
the Art 56, which
There we go. Thank you
are
so much. I appreciate that.
going to be a bundle of these is $29, $28 to $29 for a bundle. So let us go back to that conversation about price. Here you have a very reputable cigar manufacturer, has created some phenomenal cigars in the past, and they're going to be able to drop on you a $3 cigar.
On board 100%. They
That-
have
that would be
the Buffalo 10 line now. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, thank you. They have the Buffalo 10s out already, which are great cigars. I believe those are 5 packs at a very good price range, even here in California. So something like this, I cannot wait to see how they burn. I know quite a few guys who do have their daily smokes, and I see this working into that rotation very, very easily.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's probably gonna be a great everyday smoke. Did it say if it was a long filler or not?
I believe so.
It doesn't say whether it's long filler or whatever, but you know, sometimes I think that term can be overused in the industry because I could tell you I've had Cuban sandwiches that were phenomenal. I had a torpedo once decades ago, Cuban sandwich torpedo that I carried the ash from the foot to the nub without it dropping. And it was
I think
flavorful.
too. Yeah, I mean, and you know, if they're using if it does happen to be a Cuban sandwich, if they're using the remnants from their core lines, it's going to be a tasty cigar.
Well, look at Papa's Fritas. It's like the scraps from Liga 9s and T52s.
Right.
That little Papa's Fritas, the ash stays at least
Tasty.
like 1/3 of the cigar without falling. You would
Yeah.
never think that it's a short filler, but it's good quality tobacco. So it's a good way to utilize the scraps of a good quality tobacco, still have the same great taste, you know, in a right format.
Absolutely.
So, Lou, with everything you've seen, you follow the news all the time. You follow what I put out. I know you follow some others. What is on your radar screen? I mean, what am I sharing with you when I come back? What have I got to grab?
Well, you don't need to share these. I already got them. But I think I would absolutely not just because of the the coolness of it, but the El Artista, the poppy cigar, the baseball bat shape, because I'm sure it's still going to be a great cigar. But I'm a baseball fan. I know you are, so it's just something fun to have around. The Luciano, if that Fiat Lux is a step above the other Fiat Lux, that's going to be a great cigar. And probably the Espinosa 601, just because again, it's going to be a solid cigar.
Espinosa every day, as they say.
That's right, baby.
That's right. All right. One last thing I want to talk about is we talked cigars. We talked all different levels of cigars. We talked slaying dragons. But one thing we must always keep in mind is that this business is made up of cigars and cigar accessories. And the most important one that I want to just go see, I own one of these and I actually got to talk to them because I got to get it sharpened. And that's the Les Fine Lambs knives. Okay. They have a whole new line here that they came out with. These are absolutely beautiful cigar knives. And they're ranging, I mean, they're pricey. This one's 500, almost 500. I mean, the one I got, I won by coming in second at the Cigar Smoking World Championship, okay, U.S. Finals, a 3 years ago. But look at these knives, man. These are absolutely beautiful knives. Just, this one here is not bad. For $159, you can't go wrong with that one. It's not as fancy, but so they got, I think, 10 different ones. I like the snake wood too. Look at this. Look at this one. This is the La Petite snake wood. I love the imagery that they have with it. $189. So I'm looking forward to checking it out. And they also have these tags that they came out with. And these tags have different things on them, like burn them all, it says. Almendron, the Cuban flag, leaves. So they have different designs on these cool, like dog taggy kind of things. So you can check those out too. So I'm definitely looking forward to going over and visiting them, see what they have, and at the same time say, hey, can I get my shot? Because I screwed it up somehow.
Oh no.
Yeah. I tried to sharpen it myself. I didn't do a good job.
Probably did it worse.
Oh no.
It's got to get rehoned.
I'm sure they'll
You
take
guys
care of
use
it.
any of these? Have you ever used any of these
I'm
knives?
sure they can take care of you.
Not me, but it looks beautiful. I'll definitely have to check out their booth when I go to the show. I have to definitely give them a try because it looks nice. Because I've dealt in the past with a similar company. I don't know if you're familiar, but it's Two Saints. The Two Saints accessories from Paris. They have that whole catacomb look. They have like cutters, like they have like nice bronze, real silver or bronze cases for like Zippo inserts, but not Zippo, the butane Zippo. And they have nice ashtrays. So that looks like a nice classy high-end company to check out with good accessories.
And also on the accessory page, if you stop at the Don Tail booth I mentioned earlier, they have an absolutely beautiful, and I've showed this one to Lou, this absolutely beautiful leather cigar case. And this ain't crappy leather. This is beautiful, supple leather. You open it up, you could just smell that leather in there. Very nice. Holds lighters, it holds your cutter. It's got the pocket that holds like 5 or 6 cigars in it. And the good thing is they're made, you know what they're being made? Ukraine.
Really?
He connected with the Ukrainians to do this. And this team, he told me, when he put the order in, right after the order went in, the invasion began.
Oh.
And they literally were on a phone one day, and they said, like, we got to take shelter. We'll pick this phone call up when this is over. We'll continue. And they delivered on what they said they did deliver on.
That's
So
a
he'll
good
have
story.
those cases. He'll have those cases at the show, I'm sure. They're like $250 retail, but man, is it a beautiful case.
That's a
Absolutely
reasonable
one of the
price.
best.
Nice. That's awesome.
So that's my recap of things going on at PCA. I look really forward to seeing everybody out there that are going. You'll see me at the party. You'll see me at after parties. Anything you're doing, just we'll run into each other in the hallways, I'm sure. When are you all getting in? I know Lou's not going. When are you getting in, Harry?
Thursday afternoon, I'll be there. So
Okay.
I'm going a couple days prior. How about you, Jimmie?
I get in Thursday night at 5 o'clock.
Beautiful. So we can catch up at the 8 Cigar Lounge maybe Thursday, Friday, whatever. We'll definitely catch up for a drink and a cigar. And I have a 5-pack of those for you, baby. You got to try my F14 Tomcats. You're going to really enjoy those. I have one coming your way, baby.
And Miguel, I don't know when you arrive, but I can tell you this: my flight out, I'm flying in from LA.
Oh, nice. I will be there Thursday. I will be there most likely around the same time you're getting there too.
You may be on the same plane.
I'm excited.
What are you flying? What airline?
I want to, yeah.
What airline you flying?
Oh, I'm driving in.
Oh, you're driving? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I'm 4 hours away. Yeah. I stop in Barstow for a minute, and then a couple hours later I'm in Vegas. So it's
nice.
I'm a little sad about next year being, now I have to fly, but I'm also excited to be in another. Yeah.
Now you know how we feel.
I know.
No kidding.
Still, even driving to New Orleans from where I'm at is still 10 hours.
Oh yeah, it's not worth it. It's just too much of a trip.
So any closing comments? Harry, we'll start with you. Go around, go Harry, we'll go to Miguel and go to Lou.
Okay, well, again, it was a pleasure having me here, Jimmie. I appreciate it. It was a great show. It was nice to hear your take on what you're looking forward to the PCA and like touch base, and definitely looking forward to see everybody in person and hang out, have a great time, take care of business, and mingle. It's all about public relations, catch up with old friends, make some new friends, and I'm really excited about it. Looking forward to a great few days, brother.
Miguel.
All right. Thank you so much for having me on. Anytime that you need someone, I'm always here. I cannot wait to see you all in Vegas. It's going to be a great time. And just keep smoking good cigars, people. I know you already picked good ones. Pick more.
And Lou.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmie. As always, good show, always informative. You know, keeping everybody out there up to date on what's going on, and getting other people's views on what's happening and their perspective on things. I think that makes a difference, but besides just hearing what the media or the owners have to say, I think also to have Harry and Miguel on as shop owners to get their view on it also, which we don't always hear about. So no, it's a great show, and I think you're gonna have a blast out there and some good stuff coming out.
All right, I'll just give a quick shout out here, obviously, to all my sponsors. Thank you for watching, for supporting, and all the viewers that are watching. I am, once again, like I said, broadcasting live here from Catelli Cigar Lounge here in Vero Beach, Florida. Catelli Cigars was at a market years ago. They're back in the game. You will see more about Catelli, especially next year. But pay attention to Catelli Cigars. They make always some great product coming out of here. And, of course, tonight was a Karen Berger night, and Bruce Bush was here, and he still is, but he's busy slinging cigars like he should be. But I will say that one of the cigars I smoked tonight was the K-Fire, and if you haven't had the K-Fire, you gotta try the K-Fire. All right, I was impressed from the moment I lit that cigar up. It was an awesome thing. And just one last little tease. You will see something on this within the next couple of days, the details, but we're going to put it right here. Get ready for Perilous, the ultimate cigar trivia game show. I'm just going to leave it there. And when you see what this is, you're going to love it. And you're going to see, we're going to be hopefully have a press release out within the next couple of days, and get ready for some fun in the industry. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Time.
Appreciate it.
And
See you in a few days, guys.
Celebrate
See you in
St.
a few
Patty's
days.
Day
Happy
safely.
St. Patty's Day. Cheers.
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 Lou, I'll see you on the rebound when I get home. And Miguel, I can't wait to burn one with you again.
I'll see you soon, guys.
All right, everybody.
All right,
Thank you
guys.
all.
Good night.
That's a wrap.